Welcome to Mysticism Explained, where ancient insight meets modern understanding and where experiences that feel mysterious become clear. In the last video, we explored a strange moment, a moment that feels remembered even when it isn't, a moment where awareness arrives before memory and the present feels like it's echoing. But déjà vu is only the doorway. There's another layer beneath it, a deeper pattern in the way awareness unfolds. A rhythm the mind follows that makes some moments feel like they're happening twice. This video is about that rhythm, the echo, the second arrival of the moment. Not the déjà vu itself, but the structure underneath it that makes déjà vu possible. There's a particular kind of moment that doesn't feel new when it arrives. Not déjà vu, not the full wave of familiarity, but something quieter, a soft doubling. A sense that the moment is landing twice, as if awareness touches it and then touches it again. You're standing somewhere ordinary, a doorway, a street corner, a room you've never been in, and for a split second, the moment feels layered, like two frames overlapping, like the present is echoing. It isn't dramatic. It isn't mystical. It's subtle, a second arrival of the same experience. Most people ignore it. But if you pay attention, you can feel the rhythm underneath it. A rhythm in the way awareness meets the world. This is the feeling we're exploring now. The echo before the explanation, the doubling before the meaning. Mystics noticed this echo long before science had language for it. They described it as a moment where awareness touches reality twice, first as presence, then as recognition. Not memory, not thought, recognition. They said awareness doesn't arrive all at once. It unfolds, it steps into the moment in layers. The first layer is raw perception, the simple fact of being here. The second layer is the mind realizing it is here. And between those two layers, there is a tiny gap. A breath, a pause so small most people never feel it. But some do. Mystics trained themselves to notice that gap. They said the echo is not a glitch, but a glimpse into the structure of consciousness, a moment where you feel the mind arriving in two waves. The first wave is silent. The second wave is aware of itself. To them, this wasn't supernatural. It wasn't a sign or a message. It was simply the architecture of awareness revealing itself for a fraction of a second. A doubling, a soft return, a moment that lands twice. They believed that if you could feel this echo, you were beginning to sense the deeper rhythm beneath all experience, the rhythm that shapes how awareness meets the world. Modern science describes this echo in a very different language, but it's pointing to the same structure the mystics noticed. To understand it, you have to look at how the brain processes a moment. Awareness doesn't arrive in one clean piece. It comes in stages, fast, then slow. Immediate, then reflective. The first stage is rapid and unconscious. It's the brain taking in the raw data of the moment. Light, sound, shape, movement, and forming a quick, instinctive sense of what's happening. This stage is fast, automatic, effortless. It happens before you're aware of anything at all. The second stage is slower. It's the part of the mind that becomes aware of what the first stage already processed. It's the moment when perception becomes experience, when the brain says, I am here, I am seeing this. And between those two stages, there is a tiny delay, a fraction of a second. A gap so small you normally never feel it. But sometimes the timing shifts. The first stage fires and the second stage arrives just late enough that you feel the moment twice. Not as memory, not as déjà vu, but as an echo, a second arrival of the same perception. Neuroscientists call this dual processing or temporal binding, the brain stitching together two waves of awareness into a single experience. Most of the time, the stitching is seamless. But when the timing slips, you feel the layers separately. You feel the moment land and then land again. This is the echo. Not a glitch. Not a sign. Just the architecture of perception revealing itself for a moment. And when you feel it, you're not imagining anything. You're sensing the actual structure of how awareness forms. When you place the mystic view and the scientific view side by side, something interesting happens. They stop looking like opposites and start looking like two descriptions of the same underlying structure. Mystics said awareness arrives in waves, first as presence, then as recognition. Science says perception arrives in stages, first unconscious, then conscious. Mystics described a gap between those waves, a tiny pause where the moment feels doubled. Science describes a delay between processing layers, a fraction of a second where the brain has already taken in the moment before you become aware of it. Both traditions are describing a two-step arrival of awareness, a rhythm built into the way the mind meets the world. And when that rhythm becomes visible, when the timing slips just enough for you to feel it, you experience the moment twice. Not because something mystical is happening, not because something is wrong, but because, for a brief instant, you're sensing the structure underneath experience, the layers of awareness revealing themselves. This is the bridge. The echo is not a glitch. It's not a supernatural sign. It's not a failure of memory. It's the mind showing you how it works. A moment where the architecture of awareness becomes perceptible from the inside. A moment where you feel the two waves that normally merge into one. A moment where the present arrives twice. If this helped you see the echo more clearly, the second arrival of the moment, the rhythm beneath awareness, stay with us. This is only the second step in a 5-part exploration of the structure of awareness that Deja Vu reveals. Subscribe if you want to keep moving deeper into this architecture with us. Not to mystify the mind, but to understand it. Thank you for watching, and for giving your attention to something most people never pause long enough to notice. I'll see you in the next video.